I think and I will start jam up a goal. We call you and friend Kay and call you video low about it. Missy Javi Balo chair. In Chalaji Ranch Ben in Diagon, Jacob Cock die. We were beauty below chair a little bit. Could quite big video can think big up in. My message a Latin Kajwe by Latin Monja. Anang small confusion ja tinkle road kwa de jam de la penge kwa ke jam welun chela nyinde dik. So I want to say something linked to the kucha ping. Anang ti jam kwa thing for TikTok. Anang ti jam kwa thing for social for clubhouse. Kwa nang ko loro for general social media ben like Facebook. We ba jam den. Kwa am jam about kak Twitch, especially ran chon ma bior marup. Ban jam di ban ko. We ko da we chamot. Ku Twitch kwa we ba nyang message dia. 2026 is a year when my fruit I round the cry kaloi ka 2026 ka yiwa ka kuraje kaloi kuba ka kok different ba loy in I ran regular life all the time ka dag bera ko life maybe once a time because 2026 is we are moving forward so which dukien but you know Sudan laka lu ka dukien ku issues aka wo jor wo jam every time we know jam wo ka jam chin changes the okay. But the feeling interan pure a better bajam than being a silence. I try to manage myself a bit bachijam, but beat can be a beat gain a bit bong queen by ben bigger county kakarach. So I rather just speak my mind out. Quite a dog every time but she alive, quite a chola nang daman but she been live with baka lim command but leg is in command. Because I know there are a lot of people they try be a loyal but yeah jam, which can go more kind of life. I don't come live to attack any community. I don't come live to attack any individual. And I've been live by jam kona yoga can go God with you. And I've been live by jam kona yoga can lead with your thing, but try at Kujatingla, Kabakabu, Barim, Bola Bay, Barimbola Bay, good. In many ways. Yan and a jam Gayaman the Twitch, and a jam Gay Junub Sudan, Gayaman Junub Sudan, and a jam Beg Gabriel, and a jam, yeah, there is standard in German. So I don't come to attack people. Quite a very long time ago. Yen and the Iran you dog sometime Iran when we gene bachat but then pet. Walk jam lie ben kuben. A chiran jam what chin will meet quite many times. Quite nearby a well will key twin could be ran one die be a ping a dick. A chiran jam kubara young I jam into will meet that. Kayo cooked and quite bit will my him than Kayo cooked. And then Kayo baran alive what the take a cottage are a guy around there when eating rank and kitchen can eat. A chiran could do it. Rambling could wait. But a runner your chance of couldn't with Bedouin. Could runner dog of could Bedouin. So, yeah, and Tonkin, I have been live, don't take it. And I've been live because I'm going to get the actor Miranda Elwith. A cutter, a pure, but well, quite a man, quite a bong, quite a low. In a babel, which I then can get actor Ida. So, but God be treat one. And to jam one, long Mashaga Keloromatin. Quantilla jam one, I come to Warrington, quite one, Red Sudan, Red Juba. Tell I like many times, you guys need to stay out of Juba. Teen more than Yaro Juba, it's a good life. It's a good chances to need because Machaka Lorokaban, Alorika will lead to what Juba. Where under quitting, Tongaga Tingle Lang Jongole, Tongati Lorober were under the quitting, while in Jog Tongo 2013, the people correcting Kaikuye. While in Goro 2013, Chiranchelo imagine Kanabrogol. What you will lead Jajadi. What you bet deal Brogol for Juba 2013. Kochubeto wangi ke ajwe pai 2016 che ibam bear the same chatting. Okay, now conflict kicha ben kirolo ku akbar je or god yente Juba chokben akuy ko jwe ko kuy mon janga ko kichi gad adi ke choro kon ka ci gadben ka de pyo mashakal ka kuma adit ko kuy mon jangi achan wo ko ko believe e moral je na jatinga ele wo ko gren je yaran kuma ina la kina chendi che kuma ache gwar yala bur yala be chendi yo bantene li. Okay, duk ci wulin ken duk ken mok woni ko pen ko yibera bakti duk ci wulin ken ko duk ken be kolora chin from jongle be duk fi malakal whether bula to what Juba now or achebla Juba in Congo we pen It's not the first time kubuko anchelo below, and it's not too late for ko anchelo kububeri. Kian gichirkin well. When I speak, I don't speak against Nuer. I don't speak against Equatoria. I don't speak against Monjang. I speak against the government in the country. Okay. And I don't support the government. When the government is doing wrong, I don't support the government. I stood with citizens. When I'm based on citizen more than this is the right time, but I rally up. Because I could be like try to be chuang pin for Juba. It's not gonna look good. Kukio jambin eke wet to go ngiyo back. Well several times, many times. Kulor kubit pin Juba is not a good thing. It's a good thing. What acting jal kadi, jalman kichela bankali acting kadi. Marala yakating hero. Jej akum junub elu celebrate kay koy de kichilo. Kuchenga jej IO ke IG. They are celebrating kade kichilo achieve. There are two different victories. And you as the government supporter or you as someone believe in the government, you've been blindfolded. I think jej kalo celebration ke yimet pyo. Kwe yoga na lo jej celebration ke jej talk blue wing jej kasara da jej. Kasara da jej koy beluel tiran temmen kan jeji. Kasara da jej koy beluel tiran chimen kan chela side in dek tong tartan kan. Ko chala balegra chin men kan chela. Ko chala balegra I won't believe in the government too much. I want government support ko chin men kan in front line. Alla balegra te men kan front line. Alla balegra ching men kan chingen kaki. Alla balegra te men kan kenya na kuma ka akum junu Sudan. Kata front line Qatar for the country. Ke look at the clue depend. I balagi. Kasarat chiro loy in je chak dir ka dirkan. Kasarat man randet chiwe ka jal in front line. A chikek mat celebration ye close. They're not adding it. A chicken add into the celebration. All they do to blindfold. Bule kuma aral ko kuma da kapia loy ko kuma da twing. Lakin ke we kot ke chinin jal. Damane ke lord yer ke chol ke de lord. Tongan chiro loy ko bi lord yer we mit ko chinin jal den rin ken akiban yet. Clarification kilo loy. Koi ko ka biran ko 2 years no ke element kan ta lani men kan mugdang ku men ku ci week tong aga tingene. So let minimize. Okay happen as well. Twing, the long a man bakanga thong, but let try to bring this example. And look I got well kachali gonna do. Je Junu Sudan quite ke general ke mug line kak ban ahem mi da ko jit. Ko ya katin ke ko general ban ka ban celebration ye ko lo bing ni mar yan ye ko ke ka anang level take it. A lu celebration ko celebration lo ken ay ko lo ke we ran ci jall in the victory ci yokal. But they don't consider Rani Chijal in front line, she could consider. Inter mod command ben, inter mod or lie, inter mod randia, which a mod with Bonokai diamond. So go walk I one day round the man can kid and kadang for Junu Sudan. Walk I one day round again cousin can kadang for Junu Sudan. Okachi Podmet. Mashagalo for Junu Pochi Podmet. Because Mashagalo for Junu Sudan, we are losing. I checked in Koran, Chitong, Nuer, Chen Ben. I check well on a pook, catch you a pay, watching with catching dog. Or come you know, I check Jamba Chikuka by news. Aja ping but in meat by, a level painting meet them one, like an army, one came with a pook, in case japping to the cake. That Nuer Chilla, what you call knock, what you walk pay, what you or come you know, but you're considering. I think what is the purpose of having journalists with Junub Sudan? What is the purpose of having control news within the country? What is the purpose? Kunala be meet by Ben Baden could be by jam, le control loy, could look at him getting whether really you are welcome for the jam, Kakuma jam go, Kagadoka Yokani. But where is here? Where is the government here? Kagro within community at Bentham, an example, when a paid more than a naked ben, and which your community can consider because jam if you use it. Kitchen K jam news completely when a government you could look support it. All of us here. In a government, we always try to stood out be like a loose supported. Tong and Tarfi Jungle, Tong and Tarfi, let's say Tong and Tarfi, Kwan Gitor for Sade Rumbek, Limit Lake State. I'm with Bayaka Yoke on social media. Akuma is not concerning Kaka. Koyako Kumgunga Akum Kaiko, Akum Kaika Junub, Akum Kaimadi. Where's here? Kemu Bernam Keko. Keko. Why Kichi Koilu consider Pananta within the game again? I talk at Jong in Jito, the Alioba newspaper when you Jong Jito. Jong you like and group you cherry be a day at Kulon newspaper when you yoked in Finusi. Kichol quite by a consider. Quite I can consider could be meet by being it by chen. Being it by chen. Nuer and boyko border in the can. In boyko monjang, kujala monjang and boyko nuer boy in the can. Only nuer and monjang are the one understanding. The people far when they get through. But not the leaders. Actually leaders. So kayan ki balwel we ginubin. We kochri yo ke won biya jam kak siyasa ku na yogi ni jam try to blame kuma ka derba man monjang da lor jor bro be chop ni ku le ken de kan ngi better than you wo ben wo monjang ben wo ga ginubin ben na de monjang da pomiet ke liebro ka te monjang chuptin then do your stuff kuna de monjang da yo ke por ya kana kuma ku jam la kum ngen ka kum chu no ka kum chu no yek ta bo monjang ben ka do ro ta ko ni dokoro ta ko nyin bakale ko be ater ko ko ngi lakini yi jey wu bagam yi jene jey wu ko bagam we ngi I just think cool one example. Let me give another. I want to talk based on the example, but just been to the point again. I just think cool one where current thing Lake State don't call a chorolo innocent I told them there. I just think sad then gok innocent I told them there. Did you see that in news Sudan? Kaka jam thing about it. Kajim. Did you see delegation? Kaja kwan kubakan belai don't be jamming. They akum junu below no. Akum dunu ni aka support work monjang and akum dunu ni aka look cover up. Akum dunu we coach all the time. Akum dunu. Akum menen yar na irani believe akum de e coach akum kana akum dunu. Lakin di yogi dan chidi wo kajam kaja por ya kana akum ko tonto monjang everywhere. Tonto junubin let me just say junubin everywhere. Akum te chintin do ka ko ta panyi. Ranchin men ken chikoy nok yen. Aka yumbe kai ko yiten. Aka ko yumbe ko yogan. They're supporting Akuma so much. They are happy with Akuma so much. Like in in the name of the government. Because you believe I told me the country from online. Akum you Sudan ko Akumi ye care ko come of fruit gold be a care more than him. Emo fruit gold benang protection. E how come borders community. They woke up for ya tenka. I don't mon young that na chok ping tong chitor ko chiko nok kening abu yodi chwa because yang ikeni chapane ni chitong torten. Lakin kichol human being. Kichol human being. We breathe the same way. Tong tarf anywhere, any section, whether Bichabele Nuer community in Chitong Thornton and majority are from Nuer community and you are a real human being, you will also feel sad about that. Genocide and which blue lead for Sudan. Both sides after in pain. After in pain. So proudness, that negative proudness, I think lawyers feel she more than you for social media online. Now I think J celebration can negative victory. What victory? Who really believe, and you guys believe that one day, one time, this whatever you call SPLA government will defeat Kichol IO and will defeat Kichol IG is a lie. They will come back in years, whether be out of for 10, 100 years. They will come back to the table and say, we need peace. They will never defeat IO or IG. They will never defeat. It's just people are going to lose life. Majority are going to lose life in the conflict. That's all. That's the only thing. They will lose life both sides. Like if you have that concept in your mind, SPLA, Yinla, SPLA will do, it's all lie. It's all lie. We need to speak the truth. Nuer is almost half of Junub Sudan. If not even half of Junub Sudan, let me say, it's not even, if you believe Monjang did and you believe Nuer is the second bigger, then you need to imagine yourself. How can you wipe out people like that? Even the international, even the entire world will have consent about it. It's not going to happen. But too many people are going to lose life both sides. So right now, can I come to Junub Sudan, can you pain? Could Benel fix it there and look at deal with it. And I wanna try to bring up something. The IO leader, representing IO, when Chelu speak Chinagam, I don't know, I wish I have played the music. I wish I have time, but all we play it from here. Kolwar and Chen speak the gam. From now, we don't need more than Benok. We don't need anything to do with Morton. Kada eje, kuna eje chukadom kamudanga chingulukian. But when the SPLA themselves, want to give the speech, what sort of speech in Chibaga? A speech in the speech Kulwan, Legion Sungulim Jamen and Luella, walk a git wala ngadiban yan, Kanga Kwen Kawan and Boka Yogan the way Kadilbar. What kind of speech is that? What kind of speech is that? And also, Akuma failed to represent Kirichim willing to could be corrected. Akuma failed to do that. Kwayagang Kichol Kekoy Targabun Anang Kaiwan Degmao. Anang Jeja Kumjunu Sudan, they are drinking alcohol on the front line. Anang Midunueta on the front line and they are drinking alcohol on the front line. If they can hear this kind of speech and was said on social media, Kujaman your pori Habelanak Morton, Bogwalian behind that Morton, Kunagajit, who to be blamed from here? Who to be blamed? Where they made it clear, like Stephen Peter Garwich Dwell, he made it clear that they're only dealing with somebody holding the gun. But the SPLA have spoken wrongly, and they have not even come out to correct this. They have not come out to correct the speech was given by Johnson Willing. They failed to correct that one. If anything comes to kill the Morton Badin, who's going to be blamed? Is it the IO or IG or the government for the speech they have given in front line? Who to be blamed from here? And we try to point out this is the problem here with the government. We call it the government. People jump in and say, no, this is wrong. This thing, Ajamana, this sort of game, we need to book something, book game can be. If you believe in your own concept, if you believe SPLA is going to win this conflict, it's not going to win it. It's not going to win anything from this conflict. You have to talk based on the observation. You have to talk based on the observation. The other day, I tried to correct some people, but like, you guys don't even know the amount of soldiers have died. Celebration, nonsense celebration. You guys don't understand. You guys don't understand the amount of people that have lost life there. Me, I'm not happy with the government. I'm not happy with even the soldiers in the front line. Celebrate, belong to the government. I'm not happy with them. Because I will celebrate. Community fighting with the government. You cannot claim yourself and say, God, I have a victory. What victory? You are fighting the citizen. What is the victory there? Victory is when you're fighting with the government, when you are actually fighting with the actual rebel from your own border in a victory. Like in a government fighting with the community celebrating, God, we have won the victory. What victory have you won? Who are you fighting with? Who are you fighting with? And let us speak reality. Let's tell the truth. Before someone jump in, try to threat people when they speak online here, you try to threat people. You will not come to Junub You will not do the Junub is not only for individuals, it's for all of us. It's for all of us. So wait. The Degan man quit the front line before you believe in this nonsense. SPLA are celebrating in front line before you believe in those nonsense. Go back and confirm your own brother to front line and find out more. Kubaja Belu celebrate with the negative celebration in those days. Baja Belu celebrate. The Degan man ku yo kachila in front line kachila ten. Yi campaign. Kuna era ante jongle kaman wale yi in man jongle. Don't fall for the celebration in Loya Kumjunu Sudan. Don't fall for it. Because if this thing turn out bad, Kablu turn ugly to the community. To the community in those areas will turn out ugly. It's something we all need to know. If this turn out ugly between those two, powerful IO, IG, the government, it will also turn out bad to the community. The reality, they are not happy. Because damages are coming again. What sort of damages can you loy? They know what damages have done in the area. I mean, ekadang chi koi potong. Ekadang chi koi potong. Na koi ke potong. Katongan dir kirotor. Dia kirotor. And you happy. Let me come back to the speech that was given by one of the people. And then complain up in Keroloy. Gal Nuer Kegrer within Gal Nuer Kegrer within Warap area. Keka information the algam. Could be information be algam Nuer or kind of 10 with the other 10. Let me tell you guys here. Akum Junub Sudan into anywhere in Tajik and Angiman Nuer. Could you as a soldier, like example, all the soldier government they are mixed, there are Nuer on the government side. And you know majority of the people fighting with the government are Nuer son and daughters. Majority are Nuer son and daughters. If you actually tried, but you celebrate, the members of Nuer that are with you, fighting on the government side, and they see you celebrating for the death of their own brother, you think this, how long this is going to end with you and them? The members won't get a kumai. How long is it going to end? They will rebel. Like me, myself, I will rebel. I have to make it clear. I will rebel. So government should actually have very good strategies where this all negative show of a government be minimized because there are Nuer fighting Nuer in this moment. And that's why I will make it clear that we are dealing with the government now. There are Nuer on the government side, there are Nuer in the aisle. So if the government is celebrating, a majority from them on the floor, and Nuer is fighting Nuer, what do you think? How long is this going to end? People do things they don't think twice. Because I can lie, but they don't think twice. Work more than Juba. My message in work. We, most of us, kick jam social media, some of us actually trusted. We get very, very accurate information anywhere, in any corner, of what is going to happen. We get correct information. When I come Babe Jam, Kurele Juba is not safe for any more than Juba. I know what I'm saying. And don't be fooled by those who believe God did. It's a lie. Don't be fooled. Don't be fooled. Give Juba time. They step and she will literally taken back. You need to see if he's going to go back or no. Okay. Randen manden chuluk en la jam online kan ku jol jon kan ila jam online kan anang is well connected ka mit kan chuluk wonta kumai ko wonta kumai is well connected ku jam len chen jam chatting jam chulu flip for the long time he was a government supporter now a chulu switch we ku back a dig because he in himself the way Jamaican we back thing, sometimes you need to follow somebody. Even yan ku alive all the time, you need to follow ten Jamaican. Kubangi jam kadi because ning yan kaya kalwel yekoro loyo chikoro loyo kaya kalwel yan yamat kanga ku yamat kanga. You need to know when someone in jam kubangi because well aliaj jam aliaj jam anang kliajen. This conflict in Chirolo right now is not going to end well. This conflict now that we see kata jungle, we'll get out of jungle and we'll go forward. Abela twing. Economic support. Is a big plan. So we minimize all this celebration. And I don't like, even when I see people sharing this rubbish celebration, I ask myself a question, did someone think twice before you share it? Government have done this. Did you think twice over that? I know a lot of people that have taken me. I support IO, I'm an IO, I'm this. I told you guys clearly. If there's even an exit for me to go to IO, I'll go to IO. If there's a way, I can go to IO. Because if IO is a movement that can bring change, I can go in because I need change. But I don't support anything. I'm here always and I'm saying the truth that I know is the truth. I said what I know and I'm talking based on what I have did a bit of research on it. And then jump in. For a very long time, I've stopped supporting the government for a reason. For a reason. So for those individuals that are speaking out underground, that maybe Nuero and Warab are the one giving information, I want to say this clearly. If you want any Nuer that live in your area not to live there, that's you and your area. Me, myself, if there's a Nuer living where I live, they can live there as much as they can. Because the conflict is not every Nuer fighting. It's an IO with IG. And if IO bend today, they will kill me together with that Nuer. They will not separate me from any Nuer that belong to the government. They will kill me together. So the fight is clear on the IO side, but is this conflict clear on the government side? Is the conflict clear on the government side? Me, I'm not supporting any conflict. Because Kuchot Thon Manran is not good. Me, I have been through that before. I have been through this kind of mess before. I know I have relatives, I have my own blood family member who have died in conflict. And I know how it feels to lose someone you love in the conflict. I know how it feels. And this is the reason why I'm really supporting this kind of nonsense is not good. And that's why I don't start with the government. I don't stood with the government. I don't stood with the government. So Kawek Monjang, Tonkin, Kuyak Luelga, Tonkin, Kabuto, Kabu, Weir, Blue Win is a lie. Mark my word, this thing is all lie. No winning, but there will be more death. It's not clear on the government side 100%. You guys wake up Pungto Monjang very clearly. The speech that was made by the president in Luela, this time, what does that mean? What does that mean? That is speech. I was not expecting this kind of speech from the government. But when I heard this type of speech in Chanangit, Junub Sudan, actually leader. Junub Sudan, actually leader. Because I'm busy removing people from the seats. Because I'm busy fixing the country. Because I'm busy employing families, members in the government. Because I'm busy looking after those who are suffering. Because I'm busy sending soldiers to the fighting area. Because I'm busy paying them money. No. Because you're just contributed. You're not contributed, but I'm going to front line. It's your time when you could take it. Kek leaders, those general leaders, kek were one in Kobana, Kochero Quera, Koyunguan, Eraro, ye wal, Broquer, Kujaman Randet and Gobal, your front line, Ake Kojala week in front line, Kujaba and Kurila, we are heroes. Heroes when you come back alive and you call yourself heroes. Because you have sent the troop to go fight. Quaching Chinok, you came back, but soldiers are dying under your name. Kujabela lu jakaba choka heroes. Command of the people kichito ukechuk, acheke consider. Ache consider. South Sudan. South Sudan will always remain in blood until the day we all learn that ran tok kwa de krai pan Junu Sudan achibi alu shaja. Until the day we all realize that ran tong the krai koi nimben to koi nimben achibi alu shaja. Akumun kimene akum jala ka liep koi nimben chin pan kima liam no mali. Pan ki liam no mali. Bai ben reka churo man ben. Ko ya reka churo man in Junu Sudan. Kwa chi chat chi social media wo churo man completely. All it keja donke woko don. And if you go back but kubating a deal the root cause of it, kajal within the government. Cray walk ben ejal within the government here. Ejal within the government. A kumji changes nachi dal benen ki chokun pan Junu Sudan couple community a road biru chokun rot. Kunyachin la patat community adi. Temene la thing biyala kwany ran within the community ran won chipyo we ran won the couple rajene kwany betan ko nim temen majin wo ran choma biru. Pani tweet ma bimu rumen de ki chokun pani tweet den kaya tokan jiba ko et woni. De ki chokun pani tweet ran won behave like me temen kiden kolan chima bimu ru chelo chana ngi ma bimu ru be gob dok. E inar bare gob dok. Yida kate e inaren. As a leader, is you as a leader. Not even just to be on the top of the big position. As a leader, small leadership, but take again. And people are crying about you. You need to sit and ask yourself. It's the same like around you take them the other way. You have to ask yourself. But right now, Rana be in a chukung, but I get chok one. And it's the same reason, and be at all this time. Me kwana treatment ke chocolate ka dam ko juba ka logudi kwa luka ka res kwa logudi. I don't talk about it. Whoever getting arrested by the government in Juba, I don't talk and I don't want to talk about it because I know the reason why. I know why I cannot support anybody arrested by the government. I know why. And I know all of you guys know about it. But what I know so far, any leadership, movement kui, wala mugiyinam challenge. Kwananga kunloke ke damages loke ben make sure that leadership a beginning of your test. Make sure that leadership a beginning of your mess. Now ngi kudu loke beginning of your leadership in the future leadership. Kuna kudu loke beginning of your mess in the future. Te degon ko roi ma be mo rubi ting ma be mo rupa nan kloy. Jun panan tweet ko de karai ke kwa dai okay example. Temen ngi yogen ko ngi ran roi ko be mo rubi de karai pan tweet. Kan ngi ma be mo rubi chances ga kikak now. A chances ga kikak kwa kuika loy. Chances ma fruit banan ka pialo you could be your better leadership. Aki achi ka ton yin with the leadership den da ka yakan. Aki ka ton yin. Kachi ka loy pan tweet. Kolo alen waran len ka len ben ko ya mai pan nyok. Temen chiran mai pan nyok. Because of which way. Temen ka we juar ko ka yak pan de to ko. Temu wa chi men chen back. Ku le we le ka nya we tweet we buy. Bia men le lo like the cake. How many ka ke trying to tweet and na look at like chimo sulia den chiton akiton. A man important wal what chen ben a man important ka belu like ka tweet. Amit ko ginu bin ke trying to pan tweet and ngokin ka lo like. Ngokin ke de lo consider ke mo hem ku be lang den below taken serious. Ke la lo ke man lo taken serious. Kule ka chara and cry ba. Be chen cry kidi pan tweet. And these are the same reason why I always come back and blame the government. Because now what you pursa kubura and akwa road ka chira chima bi moru ben kwa tweet. A chira chima bi moru ben kwa tweet because man buy ku kwa go ko be luye buy tege. A chimi the buy chi getting by the buy tege. lo no kuima bi mur lu a ci rander wel pio bi ran bi mur man ye man ba mat ko ro kay ben ko bi jatta ko pio ko man ko kuy rander aguro ko beni pat daraj aguro ko beni pet daraj yele yok bur ramun pio chwar ramun pio tiel ramun wi bro lai rum kede rum rot ake ko yok ke ter ben in any community ayok ter ben yeten ayok ter ben junup ayok ter ben mewe bu ko ramun gar pio cin ngi a che ben ter tingi jine na dil ke ba wi ba girin che ben ter ay taki ko ye fi tok na jule no ke nyu lakin ken ye ter ben yer yal ken e chwere ne gwa nyot example yin cheran baka de ko ri ni chwar ku ramun baka ire kan ira ba ire kan so ka we twit kwa akum kir ken anan kilu survive chom yo cha jam den ku yo ku lu le ku ra de krai wo tu yo ko palo a che tu ben bi ran jala jam yen de to bu ko den tu lu survive leadership ki tu ada tin ko na jam a cha ne bala jam every time ku ya pyo ton ka ya tu a che ki am proud anything that will make me proud to be proud by I'm proud to be tu aliu because there's something behind that I'm seeing and ki ati chwer ke lu ka ta junub ka ra junub ke ata within tu ten ada tin wonan chwer wonan chwer so katen mit kwan won tu mi adi won ye yok wok na ye ku jam social media ko woga jam because government de did work no when I talk I don't talk because I'm son of Twitch. When I talk I don't talk because government is doing something wrong for my own community and for the entire Sudan. Lakini ale ben ke kriya ke Twitch government ku mitwe jata chintene ben ata chintene ben uga biran ke ya rok ipyo ko che rok Bible abiran ke ya rok we ranga tapyo Sudan bin yale chalwar. Thank you so much, Paul. That's very true. Government, people, I don't quite when some people win with the small mind, with small plans, I jam legal government is not tribalism, but the government himself is tribalism. The government itself is tribalism. The leader himself is a tribalism. If you come and look to the community, let me just talk about Monjang itself. Anong TL from the top leader. Anong TL within Monjang. Kuna ben duk by panenza to within a one zado kayene token the amor top that and TL within that community and then katil within a one that and then katil for example of kuni you are there on jockey and then katil within a one echo and be clear kule ya and be story be gambro take ga chema one ko all these years been and ngai kira mo one what made him to come and clear himself like that look at Cheney be go in the video but check ben and only a trigger to say this ATL. If you want to come and look from the time on government speak biale and chemo one ka wal ke biyan pan jola wan ku rangi wele we ta ka ngi ran ke ne tielen e de boj pin de ku bright pan awan community if not ka chin ken ye trigger ku bro lo translate in that way e within tin jelen tin ka ya wan ngi ku yen ke mo wan e nyu the tiel na nga til inside na le ben ke monjan ka chak tin to leadership e very clear na nga til within within leadership in that ku ne leadership monjan ba nyu be to ka pam le benya benda cha nyu bro tie ji ben ken benga e benga cha nyu bro tie who community ni bien tinene be jay kan chola wan kan a chile be pe tongule be nya banda a chile ba baran mana wen ba chol ku tiktok ka chi legin leadership ki rekada chi legin matine cha be men gal je wan ka che tian ka mi da wen men du ka family blood ki ra kerte a cha wan sa because these men ran tiel ko rangi ku berwel ran tiel it's not just a one second ran blood ki gin inte je wan la ben be different culture man nyan ken man wulen ake ata tinden bare e mon jan kornum e believe kulele kir ke leader but New York bule ka ke ben ka po ki one by one is not a leader angi yiro di yene man for so long ku community yengi jen ke biembetin ade koy ko won koranum tien kang tagitin ajela man for no reason because of yene ran chokir ku bero cook from now bele ani cheran community ko ran man e beni tin community na treatment la gam ko chenyal bakir gam community bene ko je ku la claim bu bana le yene man awul ku karay lo ga pana awul me gane kage man bay e lakbata en ko ina le mala kwani ga garan ken ran aliap ran lakbata so ko we ko ginubi leadership is not for monja. Leadership is not for one. It's for Kirmayar himself. It's leadership. Neither ran kuba miet bialo employed kake koke kaka including pane twizato koye kikalo employed kuike cho koy kogret na ngeke je wanda na kwenge ka mimira wen ben kwacha wan saga arai ka kir blood ate alu na fi je wan a blood ka kir we know them ran to kike de ku biya to twiji digon ko man nyan gan kir ko rai kan twiji men ko cikin ko kan cikin ne kwadde bugo da man nyande e biere ko biet mari che kujun kuika kalor ko che dan chi ko dai a che dan chi ko dai ko ya dai ka we ko te cho kum tan yal kan do ko rara kum na kum kir kan ene we proud yen kan ben o ba la we ko ja ko tik ke dit ko kum kan kol ben la ngurop kol ben wi bro wel kede ti dit ti chen riel a chak tin Sudan non Sudan da tongun pat koy wan ke ga ping koy wan ke ping ren leadership Umar Bashir iron mar mutin a chiren mar na le ben lang Uganda koy wan ya ke ping aminda da a chiren mar na le ben lang Ethiopia koy wan ga ping lang grang Mangiso a chiren mar. This is going to happen in Sudan ko chi ke ping ren because of kir abren mar. And the only painful part of Kaburo Loy didn't quite win can call you understand. And don't quite jam on a really we quite a real kid which bang kuna jail kir. Quite a real gal kid which bang kuna jail kid today, Bakir Jan today. Come on, Jang at open. Nature were Tomon Jang right now, we're quick. Now, one is the leadership. Quick, what talk? You know, be not all. So another run with Jabanto Jalkin Jalden, what is what right then? Kukayato already got a leadership. Num Tukan. I will be too far. Let me try to call you. I will be too far. To me, don't take me wrong. When Mexican don't take me. Any community in Sudan, I'm proud of it. Any community in Sudan, whether from Nuer, Equatoria, I'm proud of it. Any Gabila, I'm proud of Sudan. My only problem is the government. Not even a one community, not even is the government and those who are in the government supporting the government. These are my problem. Not community. Every community is suffering under the same leader. So if I'm here, not community. If I hate anything from Kirmaya, not community where he come from. It's him, himself. We are all suffering under the same leadership, one very weak leader. When you will go, catch a red by, I call you red by. Then you brought the me, if I own a business, or me, if I'm responsible for something, could look at employed, could look at Kangraj, Pantan, you are one head of Chloe, you the one come back and face the consequences. Because you're leading. You're leading. If there's any space, you have to take responsibility. Kawaja Panta Watindikan. A man get your leadership. Because you engage Masulia leadership. Any mistake, you have to come back and solve it. The blame come back on you. You have to know how to orient your people. I oriented good. Because team leader, anybody work under your leadership must work as a leader. If you are a right leader, anybody working under you must work as a leader because your leadership is applied on them. You cannot be represented by anybody when you under your leadership. When you represent wrong and then you claim like no. Anybody, a reflection of you. Parents, when you have kids, when you have your own kids, because that child is representing you. Ranti mit ko mu kurier mit ko ben blame come back elwe ka yin to kala leun ki den e gol yin bu ko met e wet ko ren if you fail ba mi ba ka ko nyin ko me la lui for the kong me lui for the kong man ken ci bele lelit the blame come back to you chogo banala while ka ci dit is you because from the childhood you were having problem with raising the child. When you now a lot of families now when you see tika mo karabai ku me de ke loy kurana me rel ka tinde kay mo nyin mo ja kay tingin man kena ko ban yar bay wol mi bu ko man gëna de kray loy baran wonen kay men ñi e ran ro yogal me ka ci yong e la kay ran dan man gëna ku ban yar ko ku any parent that may support it for nonsense may that dia for no reason ko pal bu dia bu yarot ba de man kën a ci nga bu ko ñi life man dia bu biere to ko ci nga ku ñi life you have to have a strategy bu me bu dial biet by orders ko ene man be lew na nan kray lo ko pangin ka ci dit lakin man dia ba biero a ci kay lo ci ran be gënam bi dit ko ya ting to a lot of parents here me le ba mu me dia nga ko le ka bu bieto where is maksuliyatan where is maksuliyat me ya rat kun man dia bu dia ay bam bu tek ku le ka cha ba be tek ka dil biet wuju ci because I want to show that child yen wo gain ata under my leadership lazim kunang ba kidi alwel ko respect na ka ba respect ba dit ka ba respect ba dit lakin if you leave the child me dwara la ba dia lad man can make sure man can that's the future ke tinge lo don ngene future ba dit ke ko ci bele ci bele yeah na ci dit you see the diggle lakin to the stage and then mutin yot man and what are your my own mom now she's all the way overseas to degen ke man a relton and I have to be silent because the kiden yelo wa mu hanim e ku man kwaran enti kina rete if I do something wrong ya biogi ko twenye yi ko kaya no ko bang angori ya yok I feel good today I respect her where she is go ka kay kalaga acha ba yokayit make achin man chepong the same thing with the leadership achin man chepong when you raise your own child ba me chak yokay as long me the jam ngi wele ka dugni ko wel ko pin kwanan kiya dol ka woni meet yo dol man kan achin no mar ka lo repeat as long the child can talk and laugh and then can funny you can funny ko de kan right yo man kan ku ye word that age ka man kan be ben me kay it's not about room mate it that child as long me they pong man can at the time you need by jam gay at the time you need by jam gay that's the same thing with the leadership but on by but all leadership we look up we learn the road ke chelo yi by it but you apply for the job if you apply for the job like this job a local and this is how work ko kan kika I think a penny every single thing because you have to operate exactly the way when tell leader can and you can manage that's the way because anybody have to be a leader if you're working under the leader anybody have to work as a leader because you don't have to make mistake banking na which benang kala tuen ka pia lazim ba lu ka leaders and if you do wrong then the same leader do a mistake if I do wrong under anybody leadership you have right concern if I don't change if I'm not changing in the right value remove in the right value remove and aware the public aware ka yun members ku nun ke and the leadership look aware go around the thing go mistaken chibembere that's called leadership ngaka chu many times warning or keeping ngaka chu because of this reason we don't want anybody to repeat the same mistake this is where ka yun get a leadership this is where ke ngi that ran kin ki nya mistake, so nobody will do mistake. But na e ben ko nya e batam yi nga nya leadership nga nya leadership ku reason e chelwel ku ka bin ke ben lui a cha wera ku chero ku public a cha wera. That's why we always on social media mad at the government. Okay, kuran ti be ko mo to ni be mai ku mo to ni na do lo ya dia e mo fruit be ran bi yem be wara de ko ji ran che dia pat me de chile be jot man tin ko bela tayo ko dia pat kanan ko du anan ko du e da riek be mo de yen e da de kin ye ka e da de chong ne gen e da de training chile go ran che dia pat. So community that been called Dwarban is not certain. Even leadership and bay me yo jam on social media. Ran ci bay ka de my country de kray. A ci sak de kray ke nga yuke. But a match coach because ran de chokoy ke biyen. De chokoy ke biyen. A community ci dia. Maleng mo walin mo the pairan you work your mother. Community ci dia that you can come and address that community, this certain community. A community ci dia, every community dia. Every community is crying for Junusran. A bank the Junu be banchepang. Adara and chancho the thing jam ko and thing be jam by chelwel gule yina du, and I like that one. Munyan chol kadang chi jam munyan chol yan maku mun de chi jam very well. He has spoken really well. Chelwel gule yina did waran bi yin ba banyala name ko di chidit kulo ba kanga chat ko ma say ka ku cholen to bilu continue but ni belu stop in the middle. Ku kabir batala chi jam chelwel gule yina kadang man ban bi chak ban bi ye position ku ngeja lui ko kin miskla yin. Ko chelwel wa long time ago. But I do this my problem because I do can wipe out Karachi won't go for Sudan. It's not my problem. Like my problem is somewhere there. It's somewhere there. To weaken monjang, ben monjang, fee gulela, Jadichinala around the command of Kumkiri, Katagar Kuchan number one can number two. Kuna Fiji and Kanjam almost 2 years kalaki reason manake. Manaka leadership kir, kalaki. Kalaki. Kwene reason chan ganu de lwel ko ko ni ne chale Junu Sudan, ambula din ka kiren leader. If he's not changing the system, then imagine Kambala Junub Sudan, Kache Kiran leader in my Junub Sudan. Ambala K somebody in my Junub Sudan. Because Kuchol by Chemai Katial. By Chemai Katial. Gwen Kuna, you by Paton, can you bank in a bank the Katilway? The Katilway Pan Junub. Pan Junub Kin, the Chapan the Gong Quantin. Epana Bake leader, deal the Gugui, Kagamat Koji, Kalorot in Pan Junub. Lakin because ye and Nkamai can Katil Pan Junub. The Katil Pan Junub. A chan leadership, the Luyan and Ben you could thongopio, could charge strategies gate, Kanang Katil Pan Junub. Negative. Look, control leadership, sign of leadership. Oh, but you go bankadi. Sign of leadership bankadi. The other day, I've had the voice of Malang Carbino Kwanyin, voice the Japan Jam. Kachikatel are very important. Kachikatel. And I've also studied when kadang and when Garang Mabur always study Mabur Garang. Today, Luan Ben, I've seen leadership in him too. Okay. Quite one Garang Mabur is showing so much leadership, but he's not fighting for leadership. Ayaga ting rolo humble. A busy look at them. Sign of leadership. Kutu sign of leadership. He doesn't have a chance. Ben Koko will lead because the key of that person. But na yig junu Sudan elega chi mai kamai. I'm saying this example. Tenu ko won ye kwani ko jam kak ben ran mai baile ran yig ba ka chi bi ba o ba ti yin dik. En ki rawana chi yig ban kan. En which ba ka chi lo pan junu Sudan. And I hate always to correct something that needs to correct all the time. Tumen koy la jam all the time. Gulele ye na che ki di junub ki benbe. Na che ki di junub ki benbe. Kuy no ma na che citizen ka di junub ki benbe. You forget that side. If not citizen, South Sudan would not come out. You forget this side. Junub can be our contribution, all of us been, that's why we call it Junub. All of us contribution, that's why we call it Junub. So now we can leadership, Buki Chagyal, Warren Jilkir, Warren To Garamabio, and Ang Yen Ganang Bandit Chidong. Ask Bandit better than Garamabio and Ang Yen. Nobody knows. But out of nowhere, Kir took over. And people are here lying here. There was election done. I want actually to know exactly. Election look at me, Chamon Jangana Chajunubi, where this election took place in Junub Sudan. I don't understand. When and where? When I recognize and most of the election, but I can opinion. Can someone go ba News America, ba la site could buy it and now and then South Sudan actually vote, could actually win. Give me that one. Even in Kenya, even in Uganda, can someone go and bring that evidence and send it to me? Kunating News Uganda one, Chikoche election, in any country, they have spoken about it. Can they go in any country and bring that evidence? Bring that evidence that there was election done in South Sudan, and this is the evidence. I've seen too many people talk about it, even on TikTok. Anarchy was brought by election. Which election? Which election? When he was put in the seat, was not by election. Which election was done in Jerusalem? Rigging. Is not even a vote. Who have voted? How many states did any of you guys see Riek Machar going to campaign? Which state? Was Riek allowed to campaign in any state? No. And you call that election? You call this election? Go in most of the states when I get in building a kawan chen katit in Kajuan, Kekoileka Kaikir, I can't get the weapon. And then she could vote better law for Jerusalem. When was vote taken the place in Jerusalem? When? Look, right there, it's not good for people always to come and put lies to people. Yes, there was election. There was never been election in Jerusalem. Never. It's an election for Jerusalem. Right now. As PLN lawyer. Let's speak the truth. Mashakal Loro Mutin, as PLN lawyer. I have to tell the truth. SPLA caused this conflict right now. Just to conceal, to cover up election. Because every time election, and quite a reason, but they have to make reason for election. And also, even if the chain cake, every time election, always journey, every time election, always push. Yago thing cannot click a conflict, can bring a conflict. Can bring a conflict. If we need Junub Sudan better in peace, someone like Kimayar should be in the leadership. With that rank, K. Morton, Kimayar should be a president of the country, K. Morton, Kachejej. If you need peace in Junub Sudan. Kachejej. Riek Machar can be a vice president, Kachejej. All the parliament members, they should be there, K. Morton, if you need peace in Junub Sudan. But if all these members are linked with the soldiers, acting ranks, and then they are leading the country, there's no peace in the country. There will be never peace in the country. Acting peace. In peace, because they are using power, and this is why citizens are dying over nothing. No, they're all fighting over the leadership, and they're using the same power. Now, bigger clear Morton when will where is Kid going to get the truth to fight for his wrong war? Where will Riek get the soldiers to fight for his wrong war? These two individuals, they should be Morton in. Is it real? Because of the two people in the entire community are dying for it. Nuer is dying for the same. Denka is dying for the same. Let me say entire community is dying for this. Just for these two individuals which are not even helping Nuer or Denka. None of them is helping Nuer or Denka. And innocent are dying for them. Now, Riek has already been locked up. Riek is not powerful again. Now, who remain now fighting with people? Is Kir. Is Kir. So, wake. Junub Sudan. one day, one time, one day, one time, based on my observation, one day, one time, the Junub will be divided into too many ways. And if you guys not careful enough, if peace don't come, if peace don't come for Junub Sudan, Equatoria, Nuer, Denka, there will be a breakout from here. I'm telling you guys, and you guys will see. There will be a breakout from here. Junub Sudan will be divided into too many ways. For back team, you guys will see this. And this is what our leaders are pushing. This is the one thing they are fighting for. They are pushing Junub to be divided. And then if this is divided, it's the worst of our own people who have died for the land. It's the worst of our previous citizens who have died for that country. It's the worst of their life. It's the worst. So me, I'm going to stop whatever anywhere. I will stop from here. But me, I don't support the government, and I would never be on the government side unless there's changes in this government. And if any of you guys believe, maybe if you in Western world, you one day come and lead the country, you one day come and get a job, I don't need a job in Junub Sudan. If there's any job in Junub Sudan, it's better for my brothers and sisters who are in South Sudan who have not gone nowhere. They can take over that leadership. They can take over any leadership when available in Junub Sudan. I don't need a job in Junub Sudan. I have a job where I live. I have a life where I live. But this rubbish in the Junub Sudan, these our people are kicked out of Junub Sudan. We cannot make change from anything, but we want understanding. We understand. Road come road that we need to understand Riang right Junub our brothers, our cousins, our uncles, our right now. Can let this conflict end and try to count those leaders in Juba. None of them will die in this conflict. Even if IO and IOIG and the government, if they fought for 100 years, you will not find a single name from those leaders' son or daughter die in this conflict. You will not find them. So what is the point? Putting all these rubbish leaders in the leadership to cause problem in our communities, to make our people die for no reason, and we here try to support their nonsense. What's the reason? What is the reason we support? When you fight, what is the reason soldiers are fighting for someone sleeping over the money? You can always flight in the countries, always show off, they're just enjoying money everywhere. Conflict kuch katar. Jeta Junub Sudan ke. Na yakata social media. Iran yi pieng adik. Na ningai kate social media ka wuran kinyin kwan wek for Junub Sudan ten. Iran dang de kari. Na chin ke chimo ja ninduich. Ke yeting na chi chak toj front line ke ye ngit bin kare du ka chen. Don't fight baro kuch. E pinchi koy ko noko chingi chilo lo shit. Yan jam go de kene pinchi koy ki noko chingi chi koy ki lo yuk. A chingi chilo yuk. A chepen ben ko tuga mangkot. Na adran ye tong mangal de tong tarku. They ran it on Mangal. We are ready to defend the government. Wherever you live in, you need to go. There's too many guns in Junub Sudan. Grab it and go defend that government. But me, I know I live far, and I want my message to be clear. This government is not the government we can all try to support to defend. No, we need changes. You go die over nothing. Most of you guys, kede koi ken kechila den namli ka pengo yit. Kede koi kun kechila lang jongolei pengo yit. And the people, I feel sorry for them all the time. Yene jongolei tonga. Ero golfin, ko betok tin, ku kasara juja ka nyang tanda. Ay ka nyang tanda. So na de dele bedor ba en mafru ba en kwanchok. Kuna ilo ka conflict kwa bugwa local ku nwera bechop kwa local ku ngodi bane bullshit. It's all lie. We just talking, but it's not going to happen. We're just speaking about it, but it's not going to happen. Daika Dick Johnson will link with Yoko Wela Kuma, Kabekin Ting, Kakani. Kabekin Ting. Tanira and Atomik, Ira one government supporter. You write in program by nothing someone like us speaking about the government or Tingo Jam, Kayukule government rare, government the crutch, ku intertome ku etingia ku irem pia. I want to clear something for you. People like me, we don't speak because ng benefit we belong with Sudan. We don't speak because ng profit we belong for Sudan. We speak because we need change for Sudan. We speak because we need peace in Sudan. We speak because we need freedom for everybody. Because I live in equal. I'm not against Nuer. I'm not against Equatoria. I'm related with both sides. I have family members, and I believe majority all of us, one family members related. I have family members related to Nuer, Equatoria, all this, the other thing. We need to speak the truth. So we meet by my own blood, but bang the coin, kuleton, blood to galga the government they do depend. My tongue, my water. None of them will drop, none of them will speak. None of them. Because you're fighting for something you don't know. Observation can correct anybody. You have observed conflictual law in 2013. You have observed conflict that happened in 2016. And now you are actually seeing what's happening. And you know exactly what happened in 1983. All the way when there was a conflict, you know exactly, you know a bit of the history of whatever happened back then. You know, you did too much observation. And we the check people for Jerusalem. Now I'm on the tweet peer government king. When cousin Kunke Pirikin, Loam Danton government take a dank, let them stood with you. Kula Fräulein. Kuna I'm on the Twitch road bang. Ping you know, Odra and New York in Jal. When pirating a check pillar to a decoder machaka lord, Kero Liop. Na choki ban yik bang balatong, don't shoot, don't fight. Don't fight for something good. Kuna ata kumait. I have to speak clearly. If I was in the government, me personally like this, I would have been on the IO side. Even if I don't have a soldiers or anything, I will go myself and surrender myself and say, I really want to be part of this. I rather die fighting for my own right than fighting for the right of somebody. I rather die fighting for my right. Joke awake, I'm going to end my show. And the reason I came live is because yesterday I had people talking Jamkai Nyarich. I had people talking yesterday Jamkai Nyarich. There are people saying not anywhere, rap and tweet, anywhere living in Tweet area is part of that. It's part of that. I think in the job. If the government, I want to say this to all the government supporters. The government, if he claim himself is the government for all 64 tribes. And if any rebel is fighting the government, is fighting for the right, is fighting anybody belong on the government side, whether you from them, whether you from where, is fighting the government with anybody belong on the government side. But you as the government, you have right to depend anybody living under your leadership. So if anywhere living in any area is under the government. So why would someone actually speak so negative? Girl, if these Nuer are living here, they could be the one giving information to these Nuer. And you know these are the citizens and these are the people that lead by the whoever you call president in the country. And it's the same reason I say there's no winning in this kind of conflict. Because when there was a conflict between Ngok and Twitch, there was no winning both sides. Because both sides are related. Man nyane Twitch ke Ngok achin krai le bopor beben bule kala Ngok kangi le be information del gam. Man nyane Ngok ke Twitch kude ko pinga ba ko ping pandaren ka dil gam. There's no winning anything like that because our relative guitar. Our relative guitar. That's the same thing applied to Tongok, to Tong Nuer, IO and IG with the government is applied like that. They have people living in the government, but there's nobody can wipe them out. They're under the government. And this is why government should find other strategies to bring peace than to push war. Too many Jaralat in Juba, they claim to be on government side. They are not. If people like Wuling, they go there and show off, God, we have victory, and they are killing innocents, or they are killing sons of the people behind him. Juba, he left them in Juba, and he's killing other people in front line, and he tried to show up with it. This is another conflict going to happen in Juba. People don't think twice. Government is fighting with citizens, should not be proud. Government should have orders, should not be proud. We have victory. Victory, people who are dropping there are both sides belong to government. Whether you are rebel or you on the government side, they all belong to the government. What victory is government claiming? You're not fighting another country. You're fighting within your country. What victory? What victory is the rebel have right to celebrate? Because they are rebel and they try to take over the leadership. They have right to celebrate because they push away the government from here. They have right to celebrate. But you as the government, celebrating for what? Celebrating for what? When you see when in Russia, when they were fighting Ukraine, things Russia, you lose celebrate. The judge Russia, you celebrate. That's how country leads itself. Everything has to be on the news. This is how government represent themselves. And you are actually carrying the signals of the leadership. That's really weak. You don't have to be so proud. Because kita frontline ben you can't get kujaba madi ku pick let not be so proud. Anytime shit will flip. Anytime shit will flip. There's more IO. There's more IG. There's other people have joined that one. IO, they're not IG. If those one can finish completely, imagine yourself how many have finished in the government side, how many have done, how many have lost life in government side before you celebrate. There's what is called tactic. Every conflict have tactic. There's a tactic in everything. I can surrender myself. I can give everything, my gun, everything, surrender myself, and stay with you for 10 years, and I will still do something for you. That can happen. That's called tactic. It's all tactic. Wuling can be on the government side, can fight, can do anything, but tomorrow he can be a different person. He can be different. So you people celebrating, you people believing in the nonsense that was said by Wuling, you people believing in the nonsense that Judge are celebrating, you guys need to be very careful. Be very careful. Because of Kumkan and Akum Danielkan, Akumun the Karaitan Wokodiban. Yin there Kweman Jungle, don't be so proud that government is bringing damages in Jungle area. Is bringing damages. Protection in Loro Matinya Yaka because ke jungle yellow, because it's keeping a yigal jedaba abaduba. And this is the trick. This is what people don't understand. They made it clear we are coming to Juba. But government doesn't want this conflict to be in Juba. That's why he pushed all the soldiers to Jonglei for this conflict to finish there. But people don't understand. People have no clue. People think like, oh, government now, he stood up, he's trying to deal with the rebel. No, he's not trying to deal with the rebel. He's trying to protect himself. The government is trying to protect himself. So for the soldiers, when trying to fight the government, book a push away for the conflict to end up in Jonglei area. People don't understand this. Because the IO and IG, they make it clear we are going to Juba. Because the two conference, they're going to Juba, they made it clear. They said the war have to end there. The war have to end in Jonglei. That's why all these top generals, whatever you call them, Paul Nang, all this stuff, and that's why they all went there. To make it the base, the center. So there's no way they can come. He's protecting himself, as he said last time. Protected. That's a community. All this time, conflict is being in those areas. Where was the government? Where was the government? But because there's a speech, there's a clear speech that we are going to Juba. That's why now you see government is ready, and that's why last time he said, I'm ready now. We are touch is coming on his neck. It's coming on his neck. All the participants, they come together and they said, we have to fight going to Juba. They're not targeting anywhere. They're not targeting Warab. They're not targeting. They said Juba. But because of Juba, will engagement have to go this direction? Now the government looks so serious, try to defend citizens, try to do this for citizens, but for himself. But when you fool, you don't understand. When you're fool, you will never understand. You believe government now he's dealing with the rebel. No, he knows something is coming for him. That's the clear message. That's the clear message. So here I want and that's now the government have used the rebel have used different tactic by saying, "Oh, we don't want to fight citizens," and they have shown good example. All this stuff, and then the government side they give the speech by saying, "And everything will be killed, even the kids, even the chicken." So why? Because they want the rebels themselves to start killing innocents. They want the rebel to start killing the innocents. Why did the government use this sort of language and the rebel have not used it? Why? It's a tactic. Government want to put us back to the years where there was a complicated government need that language. The rebel have made it clear. It's not about Denka and Nuer. It's about the government and the rebel. So the government have switched the table and said, now, anything, chicken or whatever, go. Chicken debta motani. After even you don't kill motani, you kill the chicken, it's a got to that motani. شنو ada government الحق يجي كلام بتريك زي بأسلوك زي زول المقصول القاد بتيجي حكومة شنو كلو يجي كلام زي والناس يسمع كل ما في زول ما سمع كلام ده سبينا كلنا والريبل قال كلامه جايز قال أنا ما ماشيين للمواطنين جايين نشاكل مع زول الماسك سلاح وجاي بتيجي government والمسكنو ما بقتلوه ده جماعة الجفرمنت داير يلخبط فوق داير يلخبط راس ناس عشان نرجو معانا زمان شغله بتاع 2013 2016 داير نرجو معانا عشان زول يقول اي زول يقول ده نوير ودنكا وريبل ما داير شغله ده يكون نوير ودنكا ده ماشي للجفرمنت وماشي جوجوبا سو انتم مواطنين الساكنين في اتجاه الشغله القاعد فيها انتم لازم تعرفينه المشكله ده جابوا لكم عشان الناس ما عشان الجوار ما يوصل جوبا عشان جوار ما يوصل جوبا ياو قالوا الاتجاه ده كله جي يمشي محل ناس يشتغلوا في محل هذا عملوا the war zone. They made it to be a war zone. Then can make it في jungle achi denkor adan ku dangachin hudud dangachin makeo dangachin keo dang di bemo gal ka moy kere bo le lo impan moton le moton no asa waran ci gamme ro ja clear ke ran we ka tar ku ran dengnom de ka kili ti ran dengnom en gamme wa ka ba musi ja ba gamman ko le we motonin we da motonin nor Any mountain in Jonglei area, leave that area. Because yeah, I want to bring my gate there and I'm going to deal with the rebel living that area. Government have not done that one. They straight away come in and fight and then they say we're looking for citizen. Looking for citizen where? Even if the government, even those Mortanin with no brain who think they want to come and sit with the government, you are wrong. Because the same rebel will come and fight the government. And the bullet from rebel and from the government will not differentiate nobody. So those citizens they bring to the area girl to come and sit with us. This is wrong. The government is even doing something wrong. They say that we have captured. Have you really captured those areas? Do you know the strategies that rebels are coming with again? Do you know the strategies? Again? So for those citizens that buy in the area, it's a wrong idea. It's wrong. Government should not do that. Government should tell Mortani, Itu, Amshimel self, Amshimel self, go somewhere self, leave. You know, like if those citizens from where they can go back. Those citizens from wherever Denga there, they can go back. But government have no right to tell citizens, come here, we are here. You are here, do you know the word that is coming again? Need. And citizens are fool enough to come back, to come and sit there, government is already captured the place. This is wrong, and this is why sometimes rebels, they get mad and they start killing innocents. Because if you go in a war zone area, and you get killed later on, you blame the rebel, but you went there. You went there. Government doesn't care. He doesn't care. Government doesn't care. If government care enough, it should not bring citizens in the area where people are going to fight. All the Jarlata IO, all the Jarlata IG, all of them, they are equipped there somewhere, and the other judges somewhere, and they think that we have captured Masagna Mahal celebration. You don't know what's coming. In few days or in a month, you don't know what's coming in that area. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. So my message to all the people who live Jungle, no matter how government is calling out for citizens to come back, if you have relative in that area, don't tell them to go back. Tell your relative to go far. They have to go far. Because any day, any time, the rebel will come back fighting. Any day, any time, the rebel will come back. They will come back fighting. This fight will not be captured by the government. This fight will come back on the table. We'll come back on the table and speak again for peace and all this stuff. We'll come back on the table. There's no government is going to silence this by fighting. It's not going to silence. This is the truth, Kobakti. Government will not silence this by fighting. And I will stop from here. We got my thanks to all of you guys who continue to turn up. That's my message right there. This is just the part that I have seen, and this is what I'm saying. And the only thing that triggered me to come and talk, people who are saying that Nuer living in Warab area or Twitch area, they're the one that's speaking. They should leave. Leave to go where? To go where? To go where? If I go to Muyomnue right now to go live there now, and there's a leader there, leader that claim himself to be South Sudanese leader, I will not kick me out of the area. Even that I always fighting now, there are Monjang now. Now, as I'm speaking, there are Monjang in Iowa. We need to be very honest. There are Denga in Iowa. I will stop from here.